But your dad put like Fruity Loops on your computer when you were like 7,
Yeah.
right?
Oh
Like,
shit.
how did he
You know
even? And we found this SoundCloud link.
Oh wow. You dug that up, huh?
And then you guys were working on, was it Project Havoc or something?
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. That's how Hein and I actually met.
Yeah.
Especially with San and Tor, they started to become to feel like family to me.
Hi, this is Lauren Engel of Sidewalk Talk. I'm here with Vincent of Droeloe.
Hi guys. Hello.
So were you born in Netherlands or?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was born in the Netherlands.
Where in Netherlands?
In Amsterdam actually.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Big city.
Yeah. It was like a smaller area though. It's called the Belmer. It's yeah. It's
What was
cool
it like
place.
there?
It was cool. Yeah. Like I moved a lot actually. So my parents they got separated when I was young, and my mom moved a lot because of work for my stepdad.
What were they in?
My mom and my parents are both drummers, jazz percussionists.
So they were doing like jazz your whole life, pretty much, like since you were
Yeah.
born, or?
Yeah. That's how they met actually too.
What
They,
was it like more of a band, or like how were they? How was their career like?
My dad was a teacher at the conservatory jazz music in Amsterdam,
Yeah.
and my mom was actually a student of his. That's how they met. Yeah.
That's so cute.
Yeah.
So they were just playing a lot of jazz, kind of like in the house, mostly when you were
Yep.
growing up. So
Yep.
you know all the like composers and everything.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
I'd like to think so. Well, yeah, I don't know. I don't know that much. I just heard a lot, I guess.
Yeah. And then you also played some instruments growing up too, right?
I played trumpet.
Yeah. Was
Yeah.
that something that you liked yourself? Like, did you choose it, or they just choose it for you?
I chose it. Yeah. At first, I did. I tried to play drums too, but my hand-feet coordination is not that good. So I kind of messed up with that. And yeah, the trumpet. I really like melodies and all that. So that really gravitated.
Yeah.
I gravitated to that.
Were you also in like orchestras, or was
Yeah.
it just kind of, yeah?
I was in this. What is the American or equivalent of that? It's like a brass band kind of.
Yeah.
And we marched the streets with while playing trumpet and all that. So it was like marching band kind of stuff.
For your school, or were you like?
No,
outside?
it was like the thing of our village where I was living at that time.
Oh.
It was a pretty small village, and they had this brass band, and every every occasion, carnival and stuff like that, we played the streets.
Did you like it?
Yeah, it was fun. It was a lot of fun.
And then, how else would you describe yourself back then, growing up?
Wow. How would I describe myself? Let me think about that for a second. I'm not sure though. Like, I went through a lot of phases. So, I used there's this brief moment in my life that I used to wear like a lot of gothic kind of clothes, and I was listening to Cradle of Filth and all that. And there was this other time that I was listening to a lot of trance music because trance was hot at that point in the Netherlands. So Chesto and all their legends. Sometimes I was really outgoing, but I was always the guy who kind of fitted with all the groups. We just like skipped groups. Hey, how are you doing? Hey, what's going on here? Yeah.
Did you like school?
Yeah, well.
No, that means no.
Not really. I liked the people that I was in school with. So
Yeah.
I had a lot of friends.
Were like creative subjects your favorite subject, like music and stuff, or?
We didn't actually have music in my school.
Oh.
No. We did have like drawing and all that and arts. So I like that a lot. I also like the what is that like called in over here? Like about the Earth and how that was all like the
Geography?
yeah
Okay,
geography.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's geography.
Yeah. So yeah, I like geography
Mm-hmm.
and that stuff.
But your dad put like Fruity Loops on your computer when you were like 7,
Yeah.
right?
Oh
Like,
shit.
how did he
You know
even like how did he even think of doing that?
Well, he had a friend who was really into a lot of IT stuff, and this was the '90s. So this friend, he was like, "Oh yeah, let's see if there's like software that I can give to my dad, so he can make music on his computer and like our worlds can collide." So he tried to find that, and he found Fruity, and then I started playing with it, and he didn't.
Yeah.
Because my dad didn't get Fruity Loops that well. No.
But then you started rapping for who were you listening to at that point though?
When I started rapping.
Yeah.
A lot of Dutch hip hop actually. Dutch hip hop, but also I listen to a lot of Biggie, Wu-Tang, a lot of East Coast. Although I do also like the West Coast, but to be honest, I'm more of an East Coast. Like I like those organic beats more, I guess.
How did you find this initially?
School, just beers, listening to that stuff. And
Yeah. Was it really popular, like hip hop, rap?
kind
Yeah.
of, yeah. The Netherlands has it's kind of a big hip hop culture in the Netherlands.
And we found this SoundCloud link.
Oh wow, you dug that up, huh?
What is the story behind this?
Yeah, oh well, yeah. I used to love the hip hop vibes, but also the early dubstep vibes. I mean, I tried to make some dubstep myself too at some point, and this is kind of the hybrid thing that came
Yeah.
out of that, I guess. It was it was a lot of fun to make that stuff, but it's just a beat in the end.
But when you were going by it, was it Beat Ballistic?
Yeah.
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 How old were you when you came up with that?
I was 16, I think.
Yeah.
16, 15, 16, yeah.
And was it just you, or you do it like with your friends?
I did that on my own. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Were people like listening to it back then? Like
No.
in Netherlands?
No.
No one?
No, only like friends of mine and people that I knew who rapped in the
Yeah.
Netherlands. But for the rest, nobody. Like it only has like a couple thousand plays on SoundCloud, and for that, not that that matters. But yeah, like, I was low key just making that shit in my basement and room.
Yeah.
Wait, that's a different thing. It wasn't in my basement. It looked like a basement though.
Yeah.
But no.
But what did you like more about producing itself? That you wanted to focus on that more than the rap?
Yeah, that was the thing. Like I wanted to. Rapping was. It at some point it didn't cut it for me anymore. I just wanted to make more music that evolved more than just a beat with some rap over it. So then I started doing a lot of experimental stuff actually.
Mm-hmm.
And that's about at the same time when I started doing the composition and music technology school, which I dropped out of.
Yeah. How did you decide to go to? Was it HKU?
Yes, yeah, it was. Holy shit, you know. Oh, you know that.
Why did you decide to go there and study music?
I wanted to make my career out of music, and I didn't know how yet, but I wanted to do something with music. So I thought maybe like doing music for movies and games would be nice. So I tried that for a while, did some gigs here and there. Nothing big though, but it was kind of fun, but I couldn't really like put all my ideas into these projects because it was people wanted me to do something, so
Was the degree something that your parents wanted you to get?
Well, yeah, they were actually very supportive in a way that they said like as long as you can provide for yourself, then we are all behind it, and yeah.
Did it ever occur to you like to after high school just go straight into music?
That was that was my dream actually, to just go straight in. I was already basically doing it when I was in high school still. I did like I was not a bad boy in school, but I wasn't that well with homework and doing it. So I did more music stuff
Yeah.
back then too. Yeah.
And then you guys were working on, was it Project Havoc or something?
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. That's how Hein and I actually met.
Yeah.
It was a fashion movie that Hein helped to make, and Hein needed sound designer slash composer for that project. So he found me
How did he find you?
through another friend actually who found my SoundCloud.
Oh, so you were like all in the same school.
Yeah.
And then like, did it just click to you guys? Like, how fast did it click to you that you,
Well,
that you
we
wanted
were
to make
working on
music
it,
together?
and as we were working on it, we were just making stupid jokes, and then we were like, at some point, really tired of that project, so we started making stupid beats, and freestyled over that, and just fucked around with it.
Yeah.
And that's how the joke started, I guess. Which got pretty serious soon. Pretty quickly actually.
Did you always know that you wanted to be in a duo though?
No.
Like, have you
no,
ever? You were never in a duo like before.
Yes, I have
Oh, you
been in
were?
a duo. Yeah. During the while I was still at the composing school, there was this other guy I made music with, and we did a lot of trip hop kind of things. It was called Fabled Enemies.
Mm-hmm.
And that project, it was just a lot of experimenting with the tools, and I learned a lot from doing that, actually.
Yeah.
So it was fun. But in the end, like, it wasn't about to put it out there and like let people listen to it or something. It was more for us than it was for other people.
Mm-hmm. What about Hein's personality that you wanted to be in a duo with him?
We are very different, and I think that is actually a very strong part of us being a duo, that we like complement each other's personalities very well, because I'm very chaotic. I'm super chaotic, and Hein is very structured and has his things more in order. So I do more of the music, obviously, and Hein does more of the visuals, which also complements very well, I think.
But that's not as common, right? Like one person doing visual. I don't really know that many like duos that one person is like actually does visuals. Normally like they outsource the visuals and stuff, right?
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
True. Yeah, we wanted to like make the visual aspect as maybe as important as the musical aspect. At least that's what we're trying to work towards. That eventually maybe we can do, I don't know, like projects that are more combine the two even more than just like artwork pieces for music or stuff like that.
How do you think your relationship has changed over the years?
With him?
Yeah.
In a way, there became like a big business relationship between us two. So we learned to, talk in that manner as well as being friends too. So
Was that difficult?
not really, actually. It went quite naturally. Yeah.
What was the decision to incorporate more of like everyday sounds or like environmental noises?
Yeah, it was. I started doing that with my project Fabled Enemies, and then took that also to my project Beat Ballistics. So I was doing that for a long time already, and then it just made sense that I would do that for this project too, because it's a way that I've been working for like a long time now.
Yeah. Actually, after dropping out of school, were you like doing a different job? Like, how were you sustaining yourself?
Yeah. I did a different job. I did work at this was some kind of a hospital, and my job was to help the people from the side where they stayed, like the living quarters, to the therapy quarters. Mm-hmm. So basically, what I was doing, I was pushing people in wheelchairs all day while talking to them, and it was so inspiring too, because I wasn't like. I wasn't a doctor, and I wasn't a nurse, and I wasn't a therapist. So I was like this in-between guy who you can talk about everything to, you know?
Life
like
coach.
Yeah. I guess. So I really love doing that. It did become hard when I started to do more music on the side as well. So I worked like the whole day, and then I worked on music till like 3 a.m.
Wow.
And I did that for a couple of months actually.
Yeah.
So that was hard, but
Yeah.
it was worth it too.
Were you living with your parents still, or did you already move out by then?
I know I was living by myself by then.
Yeah. Was that hard? I guess I don't know how much rent is there. But was it difficult, like living by yourself, sustaining?
Yeah, I had a like really small room. It was only like it wasn't bigger than like most bathrooms, I'd say. So my bed fit in there, and I had a little desk. That was it. Now I paid like $300 a month.
Oh my god, that's so cheap.
It's super cheap. So that kind of worked out.
This was in Amsterdam?
No, this was in Hilversum.
Oh.
Yeah,
Wait,
it's
so
like
you moved just for this job there? The
my
hospital?
school was there, so
Oh.
and when I dropped out, I had to like make a living some way because
Yeah.
my how do you say that, money that I got from the government to do school,
Yeah.
like, that dropped out. So I had to do something else.
Right.
Yeah, and that was in the neighborhood.
Yeah.
So
And
yeah.
how did you get the confidence to after that, like, think that you can like focus on music full time?
That was a really scary decision actually, to stop my job and doing it full time, because like the hopefulness was there, but in the end it's all like it felt like, oh shit, now I really have to do this. I really have to like make this work because otherwise I'll be fucked. And yeah, I started to like manically make music, and then I was 24/7 making music back
Yeah.
then.
Well, where were you guys at by that point? Did you already like locally have people listen, or was that already like international, or like what
I
was
think
your
we
stage?
just released CZZ, I think.
Oh, okay.
On Bitbird. So yeah, there was something
Oh.
going on. It was, yeah.
Yeah. But your parents must have been understanding, right? They're also like jazz musicians.
True,
So they're
true.
like,
But like they have been struggling in their day too, and all the thing that was the only thing that they said, like, awesome that you want to do this, but know what the struggles can be like,
yeah.
and be prepared to like face them, because otherwise, if you're not able to face them, then it's not made for you. And yeah,
Yeah.
I've lived by that. Tried to live by that.
How did you meet the Bitbird people initially?
SoundCloud.
Yeah. They reached
SoundCloud,
out,
yeah.
right? Like when
Yeah.
you guys were.
Yeah, true.
So
Like
small.
I had the session with Bo Damien. He's also a Bitbird artist.
Okay.
He's making really cool stuff right now. And he reposted a track of ours, and then Torvald, one of the owners of Bitbird, saw it,
Yeah.
and he said to San like, "Yo, check these guys out." And yeah, that's when it all started, I guess.
Yeah. How else were you like promoting yourselves initially?
We actually bought this spot on an Instagram page for $15 to like be featured on this page. We
Yeah.
had like I think they had 100K followers.
Yeah.
So we were like, oh yeah,
Not
this is
bad.
a good investment.
Yeah.
Let's spend this $15 so people will see this. And it kind of helped too, but
Yeah. Well, what was
not-
the Instagram page? Was it music? Must have been music.
it was, yeah, it was a very industry page, but it was interesting. Like it was, we tried. It didn't like it only got us like another 1,000 plays. I
Yeah.
think.
But were you sending yourself to blogs or not really?
Well, we didn't know how that world worked back then, so
Yeah.
we started knowing about that when we met the Bitbird team and the Hero team.
That's so lucky that so early on you already had that. Wow.
That's crazy.
How has your relationship with them changed over time?
I think in the beginning it was like, oh, these are good people. But now, since especially with San and Tor, they started to become to feel like family to me, because we've spent so much time together on tour.
Yeah.
And like we've been on the road for 4 months straight, and like seeing each other every day for 4 months like that changes your relationship in a way that, yeah, we felt like we were this. I don't know. It felt good. It was nice. It was nice. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Do you ever have like concerns of being too like pigeonholed into like Bitbird?
I'm not really worried about that because in the end, like I'm so behind what Bitbird is doing right now that it doesn't feel constricting or like yeah. Bitbird doesn't have any boundaries, so it feels actually like these people understand that music can be a lot of things, and that it doesn't have to be this particular sound to be successful, or yeah, you know, like it's less industry, and a lot of other places in this industry are more of that, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So no, I really like their vibe, so I'm not like concerned about being too much attached to that.
And then have you been like DJing before? Because I know like Heinz has like visa issues, but then is that common that you've like DJ'd solo or?
Nope. I didn't. No. I maybe DJ'd once before. Yeah.
What was that like then?
It was
Oh my
a
God.
different world. Like DJing in general, it's such a different world than I'm used to. I love it though. I love to. I did do a lot of like trumpet performances, and also I rapped in front of my school a lot. So during all the like Christmas events at school, I was always the guy who was there to do his little raps and shit.
So you're kind of used to the solo
I
attention.
love the stage. I do love the stage, but like the tools of like the CDJs, it's still kind of new to me. So still trying to find my way in it.
Yeah. Wow, my camera's getting blown away.
Oh shit. Wow. That
Oh
LA
my
weather.
God. Yeah. I'm like holding it, guys. How do you think your music has changed since the early songs you made?
I feel like it's less trappy than it used to be. More melodical. But
Was there a turning point for that, or
I think
something that
ZZZ was a
happened?
pretty, that was actually the turning point. Because before that, it was all like, more trappy vibes. And less melodic and harmonic.
So you want to get more like melodic also in the future, or?
I want to switch it up again a little bit, like do some more bangers and some more melodics in between too. But the thing is, when you make a lot of bangers, you're getting better at making bangers. But if you make a lot of melodic music, like, it's hard to make bangers again.
Okay.
In a way,
yeah.
because it's like you really have to get into that way of working too. I guess at least I do. So. But I'll try. I mean, like, I like bangers sometimes. I like bangers.
How do you think you've grown as a person since when you were younger?
Wow. That's an existential question.
It gets more difficult.
Wow, I love it. I think I saw a lot of things since I've started doing this. And I saw a lot of people, saw a lot of places, and it made me realize that, a lot of things are just perceptual. Wait, how do I phrase this? Yeah, that's not a good word, is it? I'm not sure. Wait, okay, so it broadened my perception of what other people's lives are, how other people's lives are, in a way that. It felt like I kind of stepped out of my own bubble or made my own bubble bigger, I guess.
Yeah, I see that.
No, I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but I think it's a good thing. I'm not sure,
Yeah. What would you say have been your biggest challenges?
Trying to get enough sleep is definitely a big challenge. Decent food. Also, trying to stay balanced. That's a challenge. Like with all the one day can be a really crazy day. with like crazy shows and a lot of attention, and the next day I'm sitting back home in my room and nothing's happening. So that balance and how I feel about that's a challenge in the end. Maybe it's something to get used to at least.
What does success look like to you?
Being able to inspire people with things that inspire me.
And this question I asked San, and he had an interesting answer, but what does love mean to you?
No. I've talked to San about this subject a lot.
This is so funny because I interviewed like Haley also, and he was like literally said the same thing. This is all Sad talks about, love.
But it's such an interesting subject too. Like, especially when you're on the road so much, love is it's a hard thing to maintain a relationship or to build a relationship even. And like I don't think that I'm able to build a relationship at this point in my life. But then again, I really haven't had any longer relationship than like 1 month before, so ever. Well, yeah.
How about like love in general?
Love in general.
Could be like familial love from your family or friends, or
how I feel about that, or
like what is love in terms of like family or friends mean to you?
It means more feeling at home with someone, with a person.
Yeah.
And feeling at ease, I believe. Like, I can like someone a lot, but I think it turns to love when you can be with that person for more than a year, just like without having, well, of course, when you love somebody, you also have troubles and issues.
Yeah.
But if the connection is there that much that you can easily resolve those things and still feel at ease and at home, and like you can trust this person with everything you have and know, that is what love should be, I guess. I hope I will reach that point one day, but I'm like, my love is with the family and friends that I have back home at this point. So I always really love, like, looking forward to seeing them again and all that.
Yeah. Last question. What do you want to be remembered for?
Oh my God.
I'm really killing you today.
Oh wow. I think I would love it if people remembered me as just me, actually, just like a I don't know, wait, so what do I want? Oh man. I think in the end, if I make music that people can create memories with, then these memories, I guess, that sounds so fucking corny. I don't know, like, it's kind of true though. I mean, music is for me like, it's a language that cuts through linguistic aspects. So if I'm able to reach people and cut through a lot of
like
bullshit and just like touch them emotionally, that would, if I can help that and establish that with my music, that would be my goal. And if I were to be remembered for that, that would be like the most amazing thing ever.
Yeah, I love that. It's awesome. Thank you so much. Bye guys.